Hello everybody and welcome to part 7 of What If Superboy Was in My Hero Academia. If you've missed any of the previous parts, there'll be a link in the description below and the annotation above to a playlist where you can check them all out. If you like this series and want to see it continue, please let me know by either hitting that like button or telling me in the comments below. I really need you guys to do this because if this episode does not get much support, I'm gonna have to put this series in the back burner. This means that there will be episodes less often because, well, although I do like making the series a lot, I do have to think about my channel's health, and this series does damage that a bit since it doesn't get many views. So I'm gonna get started then. In the previous episode, the students of Class 1B partook in the UA Sports Festival. None of them won, but some of them did get pretty far, those being John and Damien. After the sports festival, the students of UA are given 3 days off to recover from those events. John gets ready to go to school after this time passes, and his mother takes a sip of her coffee and says, "Bye, John, have a nice day." John says, "Bye, have a nice day too." And Clark comes up and says, "Bye, kiddo." John then leaves for school and goes to the train station. A random person says, "Aren't you that kid from the UA Sports Festival?" Another person on the way says, "Yeah, he ended up in the top 8. John says, "Yeah, that's me." "Don't be discouraged, keep on going," he hears the crowd say as he gets on the train. John then puts on his headphones and starts listening to music on the way to UA. The train arrives at the station and he opens up his umbrella, walking to UA. Upon entering class, he hears Pony say, "Isn't it so cool how popular we are?" Manga Fukudashi says, "Yeah, it's awesome. People, even recognize me on my way here." Tetu says, "I didn't like it. People kept confusing me with that Kirishima from Class 1A. Monoma says, "We are starting to become more popular than Class 1A. Soon, we'll get there." John walks up to Damien and asks, "So what do you think about this?" Damien says, "Popularity is irrelevant. It's better to stay anonymous so your adversaries know nothing about you. This will most likely cause problems for us later on. What matters here is that pros got to see what we are made of and the offers we get from them." Kendo says, "Hey guys, class is about to start, so let's take our seats, okay?" Everyone then rushes to their seats. A couple of minutes later, Nightwing comes into the class saying, "Good morning, everyone." And everyone says, "Good morning." Nightwing says, "I do hope you all got enough time to recover from the sports festival." Yui says, "There wasn't too much to recover from. Class 1A managed to do a lot more and did have stuff to recover from." Nightwing says, "You'll do better next year. Don't worry about it. You still have a couple of chances to gain experience." Anyway, this kind of ties into what I was going to talk about. Like I told you before, you got offers after the sports festival. Some more than others, but offers nonetheless. Nightwing pushes a button and on screen behind him a bunch of numbers show up. Nightwing says, "There aren't as many as I'd like. I guess Class 1A did get most of the offers. And there's a pretty big gap too. The offers shown are John 5006, Damien 4993, Jay 200, Nora 200, Ibarra 123, Kendo 107, Tetsu 68, Monoma 46, etc. I'm not going to go through the whole class. Jui says, "That's a huge gap. It goes from like 5,000 to 200. Kendo says, "I guess being in the last round really increased their chances." And Calder says, "It's probably because of their parents and how good they are. If they hadn't been placed so close in the brackets, they would have probably met in the finale." Kamakiri says, "What I don't get is why John has more offers than Damien." Damien says, "Easy, his quirk is considered more versatile," and Damien looks at Nightwing with a death stare and continues, "And some people consider what I did cheating." Nightwing says, "Well, regardless of where you all place, you're still doing 1-week-long internships, even if you didn't get any offers." Higurin asks, "How is that a thing?" Nightwing says, "I was getting to that. There are about 40 agencies who agreed to take you guys on. It's your choice, so think hard and well about where you want to do an internship, and what the agency should specialize in. For example, if you want to fight, you'd go with a brawler like Fourth Kind, Gunhead, All Might, or even Superman. But if you want something more along the lines of rescue, you need to go to another company like more in the lines of 13. But before that, you all need something that people can call you in a battle. A cryptonym. Juzo Honekugi asks, what? And Damien says, a code name, or hero name if you want to call it that way. The class then gets super excited and Nightwing says, calm down guys. You can't just pick any name. There are things to keep in mind and remember. You can change the names later on, but sometimes they can stick, like eraser heads from Class 1A. Nightwing passes out some papers and pens, and the class starts coming up with their names. Damien comes up first and says, this is my name, and the second says Batman. Nightwing says, no way that's happening, at least not yet, Robin. Damien says, fine then. On the spot, he crosses out Batman and writes Robin, and Damien says, I'm Robin then, at least for now. Nightwing asks, anyone else have a name they want to present? Rachel, Awasa says, great. That girl creeps me out. Why does she have to go next? Rachel takes a stand and says, my name is Raven, the hero of darkness. Nightwing says, just stick with Raven. The rest of the name can freak people out a bit. Your names need to make people trust you and not frighten them. We're heroes of the people, after all. Rachel says, I'm alright with that. After that, more and more people start presenting their names. John goes with the name Superboy, which Nightwing approves, saying, it really fits you. Then Tetu gets his name Real Steel, which is also accepted. After that, Monoma, who chooses the name Phantom Thief, Nightwing says, that really fits you, since you steal quirks and all. Nora chooses the name Excess, and Jay picks Impulse. Awasa chooses Welder, Nightwing says, sorry, that one's taken. Not having another one to pick, he chooses Yozetsu, his first name, as his hero name. Calder picks Aqualad, naming himself after his mentor, Aquaman. Kendo picks the name Battle Fist, and Ibarra picks Vine, etc. I'm not going to mention all of them again. After the interaction, the class ends with almost everyone having picked a hero name. Nightwing leaves the class and says, remember to get these to me by the end of the week. Meaning the internship thingies. Yeah, you know what I mean. A couple of days later, the students of Class 1B along with Nightwing meet at the train station to leave for their internships. John goes to intern with his father at his agency. Damien interns with Red Hood, his father's second apprentice. Jay and Nora intern under their uncle Wally, who after the death of their father inherited the name of the Flash. The week of the internships goes on pretty uneventful for the students of Class 1B, as none of them had an internship in Hosu. Well, Jay and Nora did go with Wally, but only after the events had cooled down a bit to clean up. The students spend the week learning the basics of heroing and training with some real heroes. The week eventually ends and also marks the end of their internships. The day before school starts, John spends the time relaxing and studying at home. He then gets a text from Damien saying, turn on the news. He then gets another message from Jay saying, did you see what's going on? Go to the news network 52. John rushes to the TV, turning it on. He sees the headline saying, Doomsday, Superman in peril. Well, that is where I'm leaving off this episode. I do hope you guys enjoyed, as I always do. Again, this series isn't doing so well, so if you enjoy it, please let me know, and please show your support. Again, I want to do more. I have plans for this. I basically plan out every single series, and I was hoping this you guys would like this one so much, or would get more attention. But yeah. Otherwise, I'm going to have to put this on the back burner, and I don't want to do that. Well, if you have any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. And until next time, have a nice day, everyone.